Okay, thank you everyone for joining us here on Thursday night for our webinar for today with WebXL and XtraPlan. What I want to do today, ladies and gentlemen, is just talk to you about our business symposium and what it takes to kind of put this together. This is the first of a three-part series, so you'll see some other information detailed in our next webinars, our upcoming webinars. What I want to share with you is what you're looking at here on the screen is actually a marketing piece that would go to the different entities that we kind of will be working with to put the symposium on. This actually is going to take place in South Florida in January, and it's going to happen in 4 or 5 different locations, one in each location every day of the week. I think one in Miami, one in Fort Lauderdale, one in Boca Raton, one in Palm Beach. And what will take place and how this is all put together is this. If you notice here, towards the bottom of the screen, and you have these kind of logos right here. You have the SBA, SCORE. Well, these logos, and what would typically happen is you would build a relationship with business entities. For example, you could have the Small Business Association. These are nonprofit companies that are designed to help small businesses to grow them. They have resources that will help a small business owner grow his business, and so you would want to build a relationship with any of the local chapter in your area of the Small Business Association, of SCORE. You'd want to build a relationship with people that are literally looking. These could be different associations that are around. It could be the Women's Business Association. It could be a local chapter or chamber of commerce. There's several different chamber of commerces, and some are put together by either ethnicity or area of business or expertise or things like that. So you can look at those kinds of things and be able to start to build those relationships with these nonprofit organizations that will want to help small business owners. Then what we do is as those relationships get established, what you would do is you would go out and you would just simply ask them a question: is how would they like to be a part of a business symposium, and they could have basically a complimentary table in the symposium that would allow them to provide any of the materials that they would like to give to small business owners that will be attending. They would also have the ability to speak on stage for about 5 minutes just to share real quickly what they do for small businesses. And now when you do that, what has happened is those entities really appreciate the fact that, number one, they're being invited. Number two, you're bringing them something of value instead of just asking from them. So now they realize you're going to put them in a room with other small businesses that will allow them to network and also expand their reach and their influence. And so, and the fact that you do it complimentary, they really like that. The other thing that happens is you'll also be able to go out, and as you're talking with these particular business entities, these particular nonprofits, you can actually now, when you talk to them about the symposium that's going to happen and letting them know there'll be several different nonprofit organizations there that help small businesses. The whole symposium is designed to really help the small businesses, because we really realize that small businesses are the backbone of America and they deserve the recognition and help. So as you kind of let them know that message, then you let them know that we have tickets. And when they realize and recognize that we have tickets there, what they're able to do is they're able to now gather those tickets, and you can now tell them, each entity, that you will be willing to give them complimentary, and the tickets have a value on them. You may put $59.99, it may be $69, it may be $49, it may be $99, but you give it a value, and you say you're willing to give them 10, 20, 30, based on the conversation, based on the relationship, and how many business owners they think that they would be able to bring to that event. So then now the nonprofit organization is very excited, because they start realizing, well, wait a minute, they're even going to allow me to bring some of my clients, some of our associations, our associates, to this particular symposium so they can get more information and be able to be helped. and I'm going to be able to speak there. And so now they may want to know what exactly is WebXL, so you're able to kind of touch real lightly on what they do, what you do is overall. And so now they get an idea, and they say, okay, sure, we'll invite them. They realize there's a value to that. You let them know that they're going to be, all they have to do is come in and say they were invited by, for example, the SBA of Los Angeles. So now when they come in, that person says, I was invited by the SBA and da-da-da, then you just kind of take them in. We have a sign-in sheet when they come into these symposiums. They would then be just fill in their basic information, and then now they're able to come into the symposium. By doing this and by putting together 5, 10, 15 different organizations that can come together, now you're ensuring that you're going to have 20, 40, 50, 100, 200, 300 business owners all coming together. And this gets real exciting because now that you have them in the room, now when they're there, and we're also going to give tickets to business owners and let them know that they're able to come, and they can come based on your compliments. You're going to give them the tickets. You're going to basically comp them so that way when they come in, they'll just be on a guest list and they can just come right in. So this starts to bring the business owners together. What happens in the environment is as we're now talking with each of these entities and nonprofit organizations are speaking with the different about their particular services, what they provide, and each of them have a 5-minute time. Then at the end, you're the keynote speaker of this event, or we at WebXL are the keynote speakers of this event. So we then come out, and when I say we, you're going to have support from the corporate office. You will have the event paid for by the corporate office. The expenses of the event will be paid for by the corporate office. We will send 1, 2 people. We're going to send people for you at that event, depending on the size and time and everything, that they're going to come from the corporate office, so they would be able to do the presentations for you. And so we'll do a presentation about WebXL. So the business owners understand what WebXL is. They'll understand everything about it, and the presentation is designed to have the business owners make a decision that day. And when they look at all the services that we provide for less than a cup of coffee, how we're going to help them grow their business, capture their customers, and retain their business, they realize for literally $1.65 per day, this is almost it is a no-brainer. And so as a result, because it's a no-brainer, they then will go out and literally we will have it set up where they will pay their $70 setup fee right then and there, and you, the person that actually put this business symposium together, you literally will see businesses join you every time a symposium is done. So it won't shock me, and it won't shock us in what we expect in city, and you'll decide, you know what, I'm going to do a business symposium in this area, 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 and you may have 5, 10, you may do one a month, throughout the 2014, because you see how successful they are in the different areas in and around the surrounding communities, cities to live in. And ladies and gentlemen, that is going to make for an exciting 2014. I mean, it is going to be absolutely phenomenal. So when you look at it, we're going to create marketing pieces like you see here. This happens to be for the South Florida area, but it shows there that small businesses are the backbone of America and they deserve recognition and help. It lets them know that this symposium, because this is going to be for people that are literally what they're doing. This particular marketing piece you're looking at today, it is for the entities, the nonprofit organizations that you're inviting to participate with you in the symposium. But it's letting them know that the symposium for the small business owner, something they may pass on to the small business owner, it's letting them know that this symposium is not about what you need to do, what that small business owner needs to do. It's really about what it's going to do for you. And so it will help them understand just in general what we do at WebXL. It'll also have an area, as you see here, which will talk about some of the benefits of some of the business owners that we currently have and why they're excited about WebXL. And then you'll find out on the following page, let me just go down here. you'll see where we just have some general information and we let the business owner know we're going to do 3 things for you for less than a daily cost of a cup of coffee. Number 1, we're going to help you build your business. We touch real quickly some key areas there that we're going to help them build. We're going to help them, number 2, capture their customers. And then number 3, retain their customers on an ongoing e-communication programs. And then we show them they can see that they have full satisfaction guaranteed. There's some basically some bullet points that we put out that we're going to help them with cross-marketing. We're going to explain what perception versus reality is. We're going to help them understand how to work within social media, SEO marketing. They're going to hear about business loans and other financing. And again, a lot of this information comes from the different nonprofit organizations and what they have to offer. That's where we're going to put this information down based on talking with that particular entity and the relationships and saying, where would you like to, you do a lot of things. For example, Small Business Association does a lot of things for businesses. So we want to ask them, what area would you like to talk about most at this time? And so we may add that as a bullet point so any prospective business owner understands what they're going to see when they come to this location. The business stimulus, which is WebXL, we'll always have that. Online marketing, and then the proximity mobile marketing, and they'll wonder, wow, that's interesting, but what is it? And they'll be able to realize, you know what, let me go down there and find out what's happening. And they're man, I don't even have to pay for it. They've covered the cost. They've comped me. This is fantastic. They look and they'll see on their ticket or on a marketing piece like this, you'll see the different logos, so they'll realize there's some very strong companies they've heard of, maybe they've reached out to or have reached out to them that are all supporting this, and that's what makes a symposium. It creates the desire for the business owner to say, okay, I need to be here because this sounds like some information that's going to be very helpful for me in going forward and growing my business. So I am extremely excited about how we're going to lay this out, and I can't wait to take you through the other parts of our series so we can really start to begin to truly break down what it is to host and hold a successful small business symposium through XtraPlan and WebXL. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, I didn't want to keep you too long. We have just wanted you to see one of the marketing pieces. In the future, we'll show you some other things, some little scripts that we're using. We'll get you those. So in the future, what I want you to do is to come to this webinar with a pen and paper so you can kind of take some notes as you see some information that's going to be very helpful for you. The other thing that happens is we will absolutely record these. So Shane does a great job at making sure this information gets out to you so you know right where to go get it, and you'll be able to review that several times. And then, as always, you can contact me, and the way you contact me is you literally go and you either send the email to me on andamo.tolson@xtraplan.org. So that's ANDAMO.TOLSON. Okay, so you remember to put that dot between Andamo and Tolson at XtraPlan.org. And you send me an email, then with your contact information, I'll call you. Or you let me know what time you'd like to be contacted, and then I'll call you and we'll work through any questions you have. But we're going to put this together. We're going to start putting a calendar together, so then that way we can make sure that we're meeting everyone's needs. And when they want us, because especially initially, we'll be there to show you how to set the tone and how to do the presentations and things like that. There are some of you that will always want us there. Others will say, hi, okay, I got it. I have people to do it, or I'm very good at that. I see what you did. Okay, great. And then you'll go on and start running on your own. But we certainly initially and throughout the year as the different franchisees see it, we will be there for you. And so we're going to put that calendar together to know that we're going to be in this city on this time, in this city at that time. But I think 2014 is going to be stellar, and this is one of the grassroots movements that is going to create the foundation for a strong 2014, and it's our small business symposiums. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, I truly appreciate the time that you spend here on this call. Thank you for attending, and I will talk with everyone soon. Thank you.